Charlemagne rhyme. Charlemagne rhyme. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Start a mix. Subscribe.
Am I tripping or do I see business socks?
Hey, what's up you guys? Shartimus Prime here doing another Walking Dead trade paperback review on the Walking Dead trade paperback volume 8 called Made to Suffer right here. These are issues number 43 through 48. And this is basically the build up to, well, it's not the build up, it is the battle between Woodbury and the prison, which is kind of happening right now with the Walking Dead TV series. We're coming up to the season finale of season 3, and that's going to be the big fight. So I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm going to see the season finale. That's going to be the big battle in the TV show. Already happened quite a while ago in the comics. We're on like volume 17 right now in the comic books, but this is volume 8 over here. Badass. And in this video I'm just going to tell you as much shit as I can that happens in the book so you don't have to read it, even though you totally should read it because it is my favorite ongoing series. I absolutely love The Walking Dead. So definitely read it if you get a chance to, but spoiler alert, I'm going to just tell you everything that happens in the book and show you some pictures along the way. First off, let's take a look at the build-up picture. Then after that, I'm going to show you which characters are in this book. And here's the build-up picture and my foot right there. And you can see the zombies all connected going across right here. Looking pretty cool. And then of course number 8 has the most ferocious zombie of them all.
Rick, Laurie, Carl, baby Judy, Dale, Glenn, Maggie, Herschel, Billy, Michonne, Andrea, Tyrese, Axel, Alice, Patricia, Sophia, the twin boys, the governor, Governor's right-hand man, Gabe. Bruce, what's Bob gonna do now that he can't drink?
So as you can clearly see, we don't have all the same characters in the TV show as we do in the comics. Alice isn't in the TV show at all, and we don't have Merle and Daryl at all. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. So the governor is ready to attack. In the last trade paperback, volume 7, it is called The Calm Before. And that was just showing the prison side of what's going on. Now we're seeing what the governor was doing that whole time. Everybody was just chilling out at the prison, taking it easy, eating juicy tomatoes. And it explains here that the governor really wanted to wait like 3 to 4 weeks before attacking so that the prison would not see it coming at all whatsoever. The whole thing with Andrea, you know, going back and forth to Woodbury, that's not in the comics at all. None of that's going on whatsoever. So the book starts out with the governor recovering from what Michonne did to him, and she really fucked him up bad. I mean, you can see right here, aside from taking the eye out with the dookie spoon, I mean, he got his arm cut off and all this mess. He gets healed up by Bob, who's like the town drunk, but he used to be a medic like way back in the day for like 2 weeks, but he actually patched him up pretty good. And then the governor heals Bruce. I think his assistant, he has like 2 henchmen, or not henchmen, but his 2 like assistants, Bruce and Gabe. And Bruce is telling him that, like, hey, we found Martinez outside. I forgot exactly who killed Martinez, but anyway, the governor rallies everybody up together by having them chop off Martinez's head, and he holds up Martinez's head, telling them, like, these people are savages. We need to protect ourselves, and you know, we have to go attack them and all this. And he gets everybody rallied up and everything. And then it goes back to the governor's daughter is still alive, the governor's daughter, and she's still a zombie and everything, and he's plucking her teeth out, and you're like, what the hell? Why is he plucking the daughter's teeth out? And then he goes, he's basically like, are you ready? Now give daddy a kiss. And he's making out with the zombie daughter, dude. And then he throws up. He's like, blah, blah. He throws up and everything. But like, oh my god, it's so, like, such a crazy motherfucker, dude. Like, what the hell is going on? This guy is so demented. Basically, he gets interrupted with his lonely time with his daughter. Bruce to tell him that they had actually heard an explosion, and that was from the last trade paperback when they had decided to blow up the armory that they had found because they couldn't grab everything and they didn't want the governor to grab the rest of that stuff. So they blew it up. They go back there, and then they found the tracks basically from the Walmart they had stopped at, and they basically figure out that's, you know, where the prison was. So that's how they found out exactly where that was. They decide to make their attack and everything. So the time goes by and they make their attack. They go in and they start, and that's like at the end of the last trade paperback, you see them coming up over here. The governor specifically explains that he wants them all lined up in a row like that with the big tank in the middle. Governor's sitting in the tank right there. They come in and they're firing. Now the people at the prison, they're smart enough to get kind of like a ton of zombies just lined up in front of there to kind of build like a zombie barricade, which actually works out pretty well because they're wasting a lot of ammo shooting at the zombies and stuff, and they're just firing on everybody in the prison, just shooting at them as the firing's going on. Andrea, who is such a badass in the comics, she runs because she's the best shot. She runs up to one of the towers and she has her sniper rifle up there and she starts picking these motherfuckers off and she's just shooting them. They're like, oh shit. Like they didn't see it coming. She hits the governor like right in the shoulder because she's wearing the helmet and she's like, ah, this stupid helmet, and right after that she gets clipped by a bullet in the side of her head. So she's out. Billy, Herschel's son, he takes on, or no, not Billy, it was Glenn. Glenn ends up going up into another tower and he starts firing at them. And then Andrea recovers from, you know, the scrape and she starts shooting back at him. And it's just too much fire. Too many of these guys, the governor's people, are getting knocked off and they're wasting ammunition on the zombies and stuff. So he retreats. He pulls a star scream and says, I retreat. So they end up going back. In the meantime, Axel ended up getting shot in the arm. And after all the smoke clears and everything, they find out that Rick actually got shot in the gut. And that is the biggest blow to the group because Rick is out of commission. We have Alice, the nurse, who used to be part of Woodbury, by the way, but Alice, the nurse, she's healing, you know, she's taking care of Rick, she's taking care of Axel and everything. They got one, she's taking care of Andrea, so she's busy taking care of everybody, and she ended up needing to get a blood transfusion. I believe it was Patricia, who's Otis's wife. Remember Otis, who shot Carl in the face? Yeah, Otis's wife, Patricia, she's type O negative or whatever, so she can give blood to anybody. So that's how Rick gets healed up and everything. But in the meantime, he's recovering, and the place kind of like, everybody kind of loses their shit for a moment. Dale, he comes up with the idea that, hey, we should get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to be around here for this war. Like, this is serious war going on, and I don't want to be around for it. So he talks to Andrea, says, hey, let's get Sophia and the boys and let's get out of here. She's like, yeah, but we can't just leave them. He's like, no, we're not leaving them. We're just giving them the option. If they want to come with us, they can come with us, but we're offering it to everybody. Like, whoever wants to come along, let's go. Glenn and Maggie are actually the only two that are like, actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get the fuck out of here. So it's Dale, Andrea, Glenn, Maggie, Sophia, and the twin boys. They all get in the RV and they bounce. And then in the meantime, Michonne is like, the governor is hightailing it back to Woodbury. We should follow his fucking ass while they're fucking got their tail in between their legs. We should fucking slaughter those motherfuckers. She's talking to Tyrese about that idea. Tyrese is like, shit, I don't really know, man. And she basically talks him into it, but Tyrese is just wary about it the whole time. And then she's like, even just you and me, if we just take out like a couple of these guys, it'll be totally worth it. Like, we just kill like 2 of them or something, really make them scared, and then we'll just run our asses back. Tyrese isn't a big fan of the idea, but he's like, well, okay, if we only like, you know, sneak up on like a couple of them, then okay, fine. So he's like, okay, cool. So they get all their riot gear and everything, and they basically fucking hightail it, and they go out there, and they catch one of the guys pissing and everything, and Sean slices them, and they attack a few of them, and then Tyrese's like, okay, we killed 2 of them, let's get the fuck out of here. And then Michonne's like, no, we can't stop now, let's keep going. And then Tyrese's like, oh, fuck. And they keep, you know, trying to attack them and everything, and eventually they're still outnumbered. Even though they picked off a lot of the governor's people, they're still way outnumbered. Tyrese is the only one that gets captured. Gabe tells the governor that he shot Michonne in the back of the head and everything, so the governor doesn't really believe it, and he's like, hey, we got her katana sword right here and all that. And he's like, okay, but you saw her go down. He didn't really believe it, but he's like, okay, I guess I'll believe it. Back at the prison, Rick is getting healed up, and he's doing better and everything. He has a talk with Carl, telling him like, hey, I need you to like watch like this backpack full of all this important stuff. Like basically kind of warning him, like, you know, not telling him, but like he may die and everything, so he needs Carl to be responsible and everything. While Axel is healing up in the infirmary, Patricia comes in, you know, they start doing it. Alice walks in on them having sex, so it's like a second calm before kind of thing going on. And then Rick actually holds Judy and spends a little bit of time with Judy. He's like, wow, I haven't actually really been able to meet you yet, Judy. Like this whole time, shit's just been way too busy and everything. Then all of a sudden, Governor pulls up. And he's got his truck, and they're like, what the hell are they doing? The truck pulls up, makes a U-turn, stops. In the back of it is Tyrese, all bound and everything. And the governor's got his bullhorn, and he's telling them, like, hey, look, you guys got to send us we're going to kill your guy right here if you don't give us all your weapons, and you guys don't surrender the prison, and all this shit. And everyone's like, damn, what the hell do we do? Rick's like, nobody told Tyrese to go out and do that. He put himself in harm's way, and we can't all risk ourselves and surrender because he did that. Like, we can't do anything. And he was right. I think he was right. There's nothing they could really do. And basically the governor just says, all right, I'm going to kill him if you don't surrender. And sure enough, nobody surrenders, and he just starts hacking at Tyrese, man, and it is brutal, dude. And it's not like a quick, like, you know, execution. It's just thunk, thunk, and he just keeps hacking away at him, hacking away until the head finally comes off, and he's still chopping away. Oh man, gruesome as hell. And then he kicks Tyrese's head off to the side. And then he says, like, damn it, shit. And in the meantime, the governor's hella pissed off because it didn't work. He really thought that they would surrender everything because they had Tyrese there, but it ended up not working at all whatsoever. So the governor heads back. As he's heading back, Michonne pops up, and it's just a trip because Gabe's like, whoa, oh my god, and Michonne's got the governor by the head, and then they pull their guns out on Michonne. Michonne only ends up shooting the governor in the side of his cheek right here. She doesn't really do much damage. She keeps firing at a bunch of the guys. I think she takes a couple of them out, but then she bolts for it, and she runs, and she basically just runs off. At that point, the governor is pissed. He's like, all right, full on attack, let's go, let's do this. So he gathers up more guys and everything, and they head back to the prison, and then they just start firing like crazy, man. Keep in mind, the people at the prison don't have as many people as they did before, so everyone's kind of wary. Man, Axel gets shot right between the eyes, fucking brutal as hell.
Annihilated.
Billy starts throwing grenades at the car, which is a good setup because they had the cars out there with gas in them, all gassed up. And Billy is basically taking the spot. He's the second best sniper after Andrea, but, you know, Andrea left. And he's throwing grenades and stuff and blowing shit up. Like, these guys are getting shot at. Like, the prison's doing pretty good at firing back. As they're getting shot at and everything, the governor is talking to Gabe, his #1 right-hand man, and all of a sudden, boom, bullet goes right through Gabe's head.
Annihilated.
And it's Andrea, dude. She's sitting on top of the fucking RV and everything, and she's sniping at him. So now the governor's getting shot at from both sides, but then the governor, one of the governor's guys has a car and just plows it into the RV and knocks Andrea down. At that point, the governor's like taking a huge loss, and he's just like, okay, fuck it. He didn't want to do this. I think it literally says, he says, fuck it. He didn't want to plow the tank through the fence, and the first time they were attacking, I think Gabe, you know, said, well, why don't we just plow through the fence? And he's like, well, no, what the hell's the use of the prison if we don't have the fence? Like, the fence is why we need this, for the protection and everything. So he just says, fuck it, and they plow the tank through the fence. Keep in mind that they don't know how to fire that thing. It's pretty noticeable, and even Rick's people figured out that they don't really know how to barely drive it. They barely know how to drive it, and they don't know how to fire anything. So they just plow through the prison, and that's when, like, everything just really goes to shit, man. Rick grabs everyone and says, okay, now time for our escape plan, which was basically to just everyone just pile into one of the trucks and to bolt it. But it doesn't really work out so well. They're all trying to leave and everything. There's just one scene that was just very, very hard to watch because, like, Patricia, Billy, and Herschel are all trying to get to the truck, and they're kind of hiding behind a corner. Patricia kind of sticks her head out, and Billy's like, no, Patricia, no. She gets shot right in the head.
Annihilated.
It's like, fuck, and Herschel's like, oh my god. And Billy's like, she. And Herschel's like, come on, we have to go right now, right now, right now. So Herschel and Billy start running. They're running for it, and then all of a sudden, like, Herschel feels like the dead weight, and he's like, come on, Billy, come on, and he looks over, and Billy just got shot right in the fucking head.
Annihilated.
And then Herschel's basically surrounded by everybody. Alice is actually firing at these guys, too. She ends up getting shot in the knee. Governor walks up to her, executes her.
Annihilated.
Herschel's sitting there crying. Governor executes Herschel.
Annihilated.
Man, everybody is getting fucking picked off here, dude. It's crazy. And now we're basically just left with the family of Rick, Laurie, Carl, and Judy. And Rick's like, okay, this is our chance. We gotta run for it. He's like, Carl, just run as fast as you can. Laurie's holding the baby, running. Carl's running and everything. And Rick's like, oh, slow down, Carl. You're going too fast. We need to stay together. Laurie's behind. She can't really catch up. Then all of a sudden, you get this panel. Just boom, man. Oh, that's terrible. Laurie gets shot in the back while holding Judy. Judy and Laurie go down, man. Absolutely brutal, dude. I thought that was terrible. Oh, God. And Rick's like, oh, my God. And everything, of course. And then, sorry, I get into it. I just couldn't believe that happened. That just blew my mind. I mean, I read this before, but still, I just thought that was awesome writing. I thought that was great that, that happened. And anyway, the person who shot Laurie was Lily, the girl with the hat. I don't know if you see the TV show, but she has a hat on and everything. She's already dead, but Lily she's like the badass of the female badass of the governor's crew. She's pissed off as fuck. She walks up to the body and she sees that there was a baby there. She shot a baby. She's like, I shot a baby. She's crying and shit. This is like Michelle Rodriguez, female badass, and she's crying and everything. And then she fucking sticks a shotgun in the governor's mouth. She's about to execute the governor. Like, look what you made me do. And then a bunch of zombies come in. Everyone's distracted by the zombies. Governor takes the gun out of his mouth. Everyone's shooting at the zombies and everything. And then Lily says, fuck it, and puts the gun right behind the governor's head and
annihilated.
That's it. He's gone, man. And I thought it was kind of funny that she shot him through the back of the head and the other eye pops out and the governor's gone. And she just kicks his body to the walkers and the walkers go crazy just on the feast. Lily's like, okay, we got to get inside the prison right now. We got to get inside and everything and get shelter. And then basically it's just Carl and Rick walking off away from everything, and Carl's crying and stuff, and basically the last shot you see is Carl and Rick hugging each other, and you have these zombies still creeping up on them and shit, but they're just devastated. So as far as we know, I think Dale survived, Andrea survived, the kids survived, and then of course Rick and Carl, but pretty much everybody's gone in this one, man. Totally, it's such a brutal slugfest in this one. Not slugfest, but just everyone gets wasted in this one. And I don't think we're going to see that in the TV show, so I don't really think I spoiled anything for the TV show, because so far the TV show is much more watered down version of The Walking Dead. But it's different, there's different writing involved, so that kicks it back up for me anyway. But we're going to see probably something totally different on Sunday night's episode. And but I kind of hope that everybody gets killed off at the same time, because now it leaves room for new characters to come in and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. But we may see some killing. Hopefully we see lots of killing, huh? Yeah, sounds cool. Alright, hope you guys like my Sin City shirt, by the way. And I hope you guys dig this review / summary of The Walking Dead Volume 8. I really, really enjoyed it. Go pick up The Walking Dead comics. It's the best damn entertainment ever. I absolutely love it. Alright, catch you guys later. Peace.